Hey y'all, what's up? Listen, this Glenn and Tisha storyline, it is too much and it's dangerous for somebody stalking you and following you everywhere and cannot let you go. The fear of leaving because you is fearful of what they might do to you, that's something. But check it. Hey, what's up? I'm Mizzle. You're watching my channel Mizzle 14, and I'm back doing a review of Belle Collective Season 3, Episode 3, Lyin and Spyin. So, yes, this is another episode of Belle Collective. Yes, it's pre-recorded. Usually I do a live review on this, but this week will be pre-recorded. So, hope y'all enjoy and let me know how y'all feel about this episode, because there was a couple things we could discuss, and I'm trying not to make this so long for y'all, but hey, I got to give you all the content and necessary. So it started off when it ended last week. Latrice wanted to talk to Sophia and see what's all the shade coming from, because she feels type of way about how Sophia was coming after her at her event. You know, she was doing a boot camp and Latrice came late and she said, Latrice, you was late and this was late and then late. And then Marie came late after Latrice and she just said, hey, Marie. So it was something, a little shade going on. So they talked and like I'm so what kind of understand what Sophia's coming from. All you have to tell her is that you're going with another agent and he's gonna be working with that agent. That's all. It's not like somebody asks you to. You have to really be loyal and it was exclusivity because it is some way when you working as a with a broker or agent. Some people have you sign an exclusive contract, meaning that that's the only agent you would work with and closing a deal with, right? So, but since they have one, then Latrice is up as a person could be able to deal with whoever she want to deal with, or whoever she want to close with, and work with any agent. She work with who she ever wants to work with. And surprisingly, I guess Sophia wasn't putting up her end of the bargain, so Latrice ended up going with someone else. The only thing I have is that Latrice should have told Sophia, "Listen, I'm going with another agent," and it's fine because at the end of the day, like Sophia has to know this is this business. And in this business, other agents want to work and make money for the families as well. So if you're not producing, she is willing to go on a person because there's no exclusivity. So it wasn't an issue of her get close with someone else. It's the fact that since they was like friends and she was working with her, she did had no idea she was gonna go close with someone because she never told her. So like at the end of the day, do she have to? No, but I think it's a respect politics, like I said in my last two reviews, that even though business is business, but relationship does factor business and relationship does helps businesses. So when you factor your relationships and factor your relationship with the person you're dealing with, that you know each other, sometimes it hurts your business because that's the connection that you can make that help you with future businesses. It might be future referrals, it might future things. So you don't know. That's why sometimes when you work with a business relationship with people, you do want to have that connections and relationship with the person. So that way, it derives your business as much as derives as with theirs, and it's a mutual benefit. That's what it pays to be nice, have connections, and not burn your bridges with people. So I feel like Latrice had to she had to do is just tell Sophia that she was working with an agent, and it would have been good. Now Sophia, she's in her feelings. She said, "Let me be me in the bag because I think you stabbing my back, and this is a snake thing you going around." And Marie Monroe tell me that you snaky, and I was like, "She did this to me, and we supposed to be cool." And I do say Sophia was like kind of on one. I do understand why she'd be upset, but at the same time, Sophia, you know this is the game. Your clients can work with anybody they work with, unless you had an exclusive contract. It is what it is. They could just let you go in any place. If I were me, I would let you know up front and say, "Listen, I'm going with someone else," and maybe give me more time to see if you can give me something. But I'm going with someone else, and that's fine. And you just go on, and there's no hard feelings. Maybe it'll be some little feelings, but it won't be respected. So Sophie with her feelings. Latrice said, "I'm gonna let you have your feelings. It's fine. You can be mad as you want." She said, "Let me be mad," or stuff like that. I was like, okay, now at this point it's a little bit childish, but whatever. So Josh, Akeisha, the one up, who color the lines better than you, who write better than you, who sing her ABCs better than you, who makes cereal better than you, who go to bed sleeping better than you. Like that's Akeisha. She went to visit Josh because Josh does her makeup for years. And she had an event going on coming up, so Josh had to make her do her makeup. And she also wanted to sit there and talk to him and get a catch up with him and hear him out because she wants to talk to him because she know it was thing going on with him and he expressed some concerns and he had some issues. So she wanted to see what's up. So he asked her about the Fair Street project, and she said it's doing well. She got different proposals, and she's like one of the top 5 proposals for Fair Street. So it's coming along great. And she's making strides. And if she just come through, she'll be the first African American, I think, woman to do something in the area of Fair Street in Jackson, Mississippi. So it would be a big accomplishment for her to do that. So I said, you know what, that's a great thing. I mean, I'm glad that she is taking it seriously and pushing forward to this Fair Street. It's like that. So though she asked Josh what's going on, and Josh proceeded to tell her about him staying with Latrice in the relationship with Cliff. And I'm like, I understand that Akeisha is your friend, and yes, you want to confide in your friend about something you're going through. But also, I might feel like I said maybe Latrice may not be okay with you telling her business to someone else that she did not give up. So I like some way, shape, or form. Latrice probably not going to be liking that you telling her exactly what's going on in her home. But at the end of the day, Cliff is controlling. He's doing too much. He is that old traditional man to think that everything he's the head of the household is all about him. You can't do nothing, even though he can't take that. Latrice is his businesswoman, even though he's there from the beginning when she started off. She started her business on her own from the ground up and worked on this multi-millionaire business that she has. So that's her baby. And she's very successful. But because her daddy issues and stuff like that, she ended up attracting Cliff, who was way older than her, who could be her father, and it just a lot to go on. Even his kids is like close to her age, or her age. So I was like, Dad, he got kids your age, and you his mom, you their stepmom, and they don't even call you their stepmom. But then it's like, even his kids have grandchildren. That's your grandchildren. That's like ridiculous. So it's a lot, and we see how he act when she was at the bar and everything, and he grabbed her arm and cursing her out, called her all types of bees and snakes and stuff like that. He was doing too much, and I can't deal with someone like that. I'm sorry, I can't deal with someone like that. I don't. You not gonna do that to me. You not gonna try to control me. You're not gonna try to give me permission that I gotta go out, do things. I could be considerate. What you're not gonna do is try to tell me where can I go, and I'm a grown ass man. So you're not gonna tell me what to do. And I can't stand when people get in relationships and want to control the other person, dominate them, instill fear, control, abuse, mental, emotional, finance, spiritual, physical, all that type of stuff to get someone to stay with you and fear you instead of loving you. Because when a person starts becoming fearing and scamming, it's not about love; it's about survival, and that's the dangerous place to be in. So he tell about everything was going on, what Cliff said to him, how he was very disrespectful and stuff, and Akeisha was telling him straight. He said, and letting you know is that even though you her friend, but it draws a line when it comes to a marriage, so you got to stay out of it. And you also got to have a plan backup A, B, and C, and D, because if your job is hanging in a balance and they dangling your job in your face, then they can let you go because she with her husband, and I guess she can listen to her husband and let that happen. Then you need to have a backup plan. And that was a great advice from my Keisha to Josh, because I said at the end of the day, yes, you staying at their house. You just stay out of it. Don't be in the middle of it. And keep your business to yourself. If Latrice comes to you and vent to you, let her vent to you, and just let it be. I won't give no input, no value. Don't be in the middle of it, because she's not ready to leave, and she's not that comfortable to leave the situation yet, and she's still wrapped up in her husband, then that's something bad that you cannot win. because at the end of the day, she would choose her husband over her friendship. And that's the rule to this game. So Latrice talked to Tisha. She came to her business. Latrice came to Tisha business, and Letitia was helping Latrice over her public speaking engagement that she having. Is a empowerment brunch, self healing empowerment brunch, and she gonna be a guest speaker. So she asked Letitia some tips and advice to help her with this engagement and with this speaking. And I know sometimes public speaking is not for everyone. Some people freeze up; they don't know what to say. There's a lot of people eyes on you, so it's like it's a skill, and um, skill and ability to be able to speak in front of a large group of people without feeling nervous or afraid and not being shaken up or being mute and fearful and frightful of the eyes looking at you. Because I had a couple of my share of speaking in front of crowds, and you just build on it when Bobby dancing and do drama and stuff like that. It gets you comfortable with speaking in front of people. So it's no really big deal issue. It's like an art. You just vision yourself looking at a point and just going around the room and just get your point across. And once as you more you do it, you come natural. Then it won't be so much rehearsed. It could be just flowing free. And you speak from the heart. Basically, that's what public speaking. So Tisha was giving her advice and pointers, and let's have a test run. So they was practicing, and Latrice would say, "Hey y'all, what's going on?" And he said, "Oh my gosh," and everything. It was so funny. She said, "No, you can't be saying all that." The assistant in the back, I said, "Assistant, do your job. You're not supposed to be on the scene like that, cracking up." But that assistant was cracking up with Latrice. And I was like, "That is funny," because Latrice was drowning how she was practicing. But Letitia gave us some pointers by bullet bullet point your statements and your topics that you want to talk about. And as you go down the line, it'd be great to a certain point where you don't have to focus on this and it'll come naturally. So it's enough practice. And Latricia just mentioned how public speaking was hard for her growing up because she was just quiet, shy girl, reserved girl, and then it was difficult until she get older and older and have a business like that. But she still don't really speak in front of people. So it's something she gotta work on and improve. And it's like I said, as much as she get on this platform and she start becoming bigger and bigger as this business person, it's gonna happen, and then you're gonna get more attention. Then you're gonna get more opportunities to speak. Just get your feet wet. That's all it is. So they started talking about Latrice asked Letitia about Glenn, and she was talking about Cliff and how even though they are two different men, they do act the same way in a mindset about the household. So she could see some similarities between Glenn and Cliff. This I'm talking about Latrice and how they act towards them, and they very traditionalist men. So they feel like the white guy stayed at home and did this, and then they had a household just because of the man. All that stuff. Like that. I said all that rhetoric in the past, all that prehistoric age values that people still hold on to, let that go. If that's what you want in your relationship with the person, that's fine. That's what y'all discuss and everything. But not everyone is subject to that kind of mentality. Just because you're a man doesn't automatically make you a head of household, automatically make you the fact like you want to have a traditional relationship and you have all the power, you make all the demands, you do the provide protect. There are a lot of females out there who's monolized who don't want that traditional relationship. And it all boils down to your partner. If you and your partner have this mindset that you want to have this traditional relationship, then that's all so be it. But understand the consequences that come from it, because sometimes with traditional relationships, it comes its own set of negative factors of controlling, being able to make all the decisions, the rules, think that you is your way or the highway and everything. Sometimes you feel like just because the woman is out of the home, they got to do this with you when you know you don't treat your partner equal. And it's a lot of things going on. That's so toxic traditional relationships. Some relationships may have a mix of both a traditional and modern. Some relationships is just smiling. So it all depends on your relationship and how. It all depends on your agreement with the partner you are with. Wherever you decide, will you go half and half? Will you be equal? Who do what and everything? It's all about communication. But sometimes it feel like everybody get in relationships and want to have the traditional relationships, but don't subscribe to the actual rules of what it is to be in a traditional relationship, what it requires, what it needs to be. Because everybody wants that, but don't portray and follow what it is to be in that. It's good, it's not to say it, but are you be able to step up to that plate and everything and not be too toxic with it? So they explained that, and teacher said her issue was that she just fear that Glenn will not allow her to be her peace, to have her own space. Because you've been with her for a long time, and like I said, this Glenn and teacher thing is wearing me out. That's why I don't be giving this much issues. And when we go talk about the later, it is what it is. It's like, come on, because at the end of the day, I don't know what y'all do. Because every time, every season, yeah, we get this thing with y'all, the whole season, and then the end of when the reunion comes, y'all back together, and y'all not leaving, y'all still together. And even in the intro, y'all still in the intro together. So I was like, what is going on? Because there was no mention about you defining divorce, you separate from Glenn and all that stuff. So it seems to me is that it's all for emotions, going through the emotions for no apparent reason for you to stay with him at the end of the day. If you're not going to leave, just let it be. Because this dancing back and forth with you every season, it is getting annoying at times. Now, I get it. I understand that because you're fearful that he won't let you go. And you mentioned that later on that you are scared what he might do because he had abandonment issues from his family. But that's not something he should be holding over your head. And that's not something that you should be responsible for of his abandonment issues. If he has that, he needs to go see a counseling or a therapist to work on that so he won't have this constant issues. And it takes a minute. And he needs to go to sit in someone's couch and talk these things. But you cannot be emotionally held responsible, captive in his realm because he can't fathom you letting you go. He should have thought about that by entertaining females and sleeping with them and having sex with them and possibly babies out the way because you want to slam ding in war and not protecting the household. And just because Tisha's home, you feel like she'll never leave you. And I think that's what Glenn is banking on because all these years she had never really fully left. So that's that. And they also talk about Tampa and how Letitia can't rock with Tampa because Tampa is a liar and she don't like how Tampa's acting because at that moment in the past, remember when we talk about how Tampa so dumb that she don't want to be in a group chat if Akeisha is on that group chat. And now Tisha felt like Tampa telling her that she's misunderstood and she don't know what she's talking about. So the teacher think that Tamara's calling her illiterate, that she don't know, misunderstood what Tamara was saying. And I said, Tamara, it's clear as day. If you said I don't want to be in this group chat, if Akeisha is on the group chat, means that you don't want Akeisha in the group chat. And if so, you won't be in the group chat. That's that. Now I could have sworn you had proof of her saying that, but nobody produced that proof of receipts. But I don't know if they showed that receipts. I know they showed text message exchange between the ladies, and they showed them the group thread of the names, and the Keisha name is not on there and everything. But we don't see the actual text that Tampa said that if Keisha's on the group chat, she won't be on it and everything. So we didn't see that message. So Tampa and Marie talk, and they met up. And Marie was saying that people think that Tampa is lying and she's not transparent. And Tampa said, I don't know, I built my reputation from integrity and trust. And that's what I am. And I don't deal with, and I don't like when people challenge my integrity. because I am honest and I'm truthful, and I don't like that because I built my business on that. So maybe they thinking because I'm not open and not open, I mean I'm not saying much and I keep myself to guarded, did they feel like I'm not being transparent. So Marie was saying some of the ladies, and maybe she thinks that Tampa have a tendency to dance around the question and not answer things straight up. And then it was going back and forth with this text messages thing. And I explained that not too long ago about y'all saying that she said this, but let's see the proof that she sent the text messages. Because Tamara said that she don't remember even saying that like that. She was saying that let's see if she's okay being in this group chat, and let's see her and hear her out and get her input before we grab on a group chat. That's what Tam was saying. But Marie was saying that's not what you said. So they got off of that. Now Marie Morrow said she got some picture from Tamba's ex showing that they not together, whatever it was. It's so much shape or form of fashion. I don't know why he would send Marie a picture that he's not with Tamba. I don't know what was that for. But Marie thinking that Tamara's not being straightforward and honest about her relationship and stuff like that. So we find out that Tamara is not engaged with the mind, and she was proposed to in the past. Because she said, "Oh, you have fiancés, you was engaged before." She said, "No, I was proposed to, but I turned it down. I did not say yes." And I think it was like two other proposals. I think one or two proposals that she said that she was proposed to by other person that she wasn't dealing with in the past, but she turned them down. And I said, Tamara, I don't know why you turned them down. What was the reason? Because your whole goal of starting a family and being married, you want to be married to start have a baby and family, stuff like that. Is the reason to get to that point is to set proposals. Now, I'm not saying you had to do it, but I think that Tamara thing was about her work, and it was all about her career, not so much family, so like that. So, and it's not wrong with that. She focused on career. So that's that. So Latrice and Akeisha meet up, and Latrice with her grandchildren, and she got one of the grandchildren, Ham Hock. I said, listen, I don't know why is he calling. Sorry, y'all. I don't know why is he calling your one of your grandchildren nickname Hamcock, not Hamcock, Ham Hock. That's crazy. Cause that's a stupid ass name for a grandchildren, but it is what it is. But they together, the kids is playing, Latricia's out of breath for some reason, and they talk about it. And they'll see how can she be with her grandchildren, see if she really want kids. And she making all excuses that she is over some things going around. I said, Latrice, you deep down inside don't want any children. And like I said, if I was Latrice and you got 5 kids already, I don't need any children. We don't need anything. Starting over for what? Even though when you get the traditional lifestyle, you want me to have this baby so I can stay in the house and ground me, that's not happening. You in the house, you take care of the kids since you want it so damn badly. No, but I think since he's so traditionalist, he gonna want Latrice to take care of the baby because he the man. He don't have to do much. And I said, no, you got 5 kids and you got your grandchildren. Use your grandchildren as your children. That is what it is. Raise that. Raise them as your children and call it a day. And she got grandchildren. Ain't no sense in her working on it on her own. And this is a test of time to see because she can deal with this. So she said it's her. She's hesitant to have children. And like Akeisha told her, it's like it's never gonna be the right time to do it. So either you get it done and have it, because you can never plan for it. You could try to attempt to plan and have things in order, but it just happens. Maybe one day you don't think you were being careful, you wasn't careful, and then hey, you go to the doctor, you're pregnant. So it's unpredictable. It's least suspected. It happened when you least suspect it. But I feel like Letitia is really, she really don't want the children, so she gonna take the steps and not to get pregnant. It's like that. So after a while, Akeisha was asking Latrice about the household, about Josh and her, and everything. And Teresa started, so I was like, hello, what's all these questions coming from? Like, you asked me all these questions. And she told her that she had a conversation with Josh, and he said something was going on in the household. So Akeisha was asking her clarification. Even though she knew more what Josh tell her, she just said it like that. She said, oh, you dropped me nosy. But she said she didn't like that Joshy was talking and telling her business and everything. So she got to have a talk with her. So Latrice did say she have a wig launch party. The dress code is fabulous, and she gonna invite all the ladies. So she's gonna tell Akeisha to be prepared. Akeisha said, "Listen, I ain't gonna let no one rain in my parade, and I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna be having a good time." Sorry, sorry. So that's that. So table me with the mind. So me and the mind is gonna have a date night because our schedules is so different. So I got to fit time to have a date night. So I'm excited to be with the mind to have that because it's a lot busy and everything. So we're gonna sit down and have a good time. So let's sit there. And she said, well, Desmond wanna know to have a little I forgot the guy name. I go call him Desmond for now. So that's been want to have a podcast with me. It's something it's so excited to do it because it's so different from the radio talk show because we can't say things that it would not have said on the radio air. So we have more freedom. And I think it's a good opportunity. And we're gonna call it Take Off the Mic and everything sounds good. So the mom saying she's all that. So he asked about the cat cave. I said cat cave. So apparently she's still working on getting her own place because she lived with Damon, and she said Damon bribed me. The only way I live with Damon because he bribed me. And the bribe was because she was saying that he got the ring in the house somewhere, and she was saying you said you had the ring in the house. So that's all it took for her to live with you. But I said to him, but you should still not live with him, because especially you just told her that he didn't propose. So you living with him for no apparent reason, girl. So you moved in so quickly for for like you should stop that. Stop doing that. Right? And that's that. So this sleep pattern's different. That's why she wanna have a cat cave and all stuff like that. I said good. So Tisha, Sophia, and Marie Moreau was getting a condo for Letitia. Now Letitia decided to have her own piece. She about to sign for this condo. But the condo will not be under Tisha's name. The condo will be under Marie's name. So that way Glenn won't do anything illegally by doing something with Letitia, by taking away whatever the properties and something like that. If something happened, they divorce and break up. Since it's under Marie's name, he can't touch her property. So, I mean, that's a nice of a friend to sign the name at least under her name so someone else could live there. It was a condo, so it's whoever can live there, whoever want to live there. And she's doing this for a friend. I said, that's nice because I said, it's under Marie's name. You got to make sure you pay your thing. Now, if everything is paid up front, that's fine because it's a condo. It's you buy the own. So she paying to own, that's hers. Like that. So it's something when you it's something. So the payments and everything, man, hopefully everything's worked well. But it's nice for a friend Marie to do that. Now she should be a co-signer and stuff like that, a guarantor and everything if nothing works out. But it's ownership. They paid off outright. They gonna own the condo, and that's what it is, right? So it's nice for Marie to do that for Letitia. So they talking, and they also was talking about Tisha was telling Sophia what Latrice told her. And while they was talking and everything, Marie saw Glenn and she said, and they all said, what the hell? What's going on? And they got go dramatic and everything. I said, what the hell going on? It was something. So they got in the back, and Marie and Glenn was going back and forth. What you doing? You stalking her? He said, I'm stalking her. Exactly, that's what you did. If you had to freaking, and you basically kind of confessed that you did stalk her. He said, well, if you're not telling me anything, that's what I have to do. So basically, I don't know what he did. He tracked her on her phone. He followed her where she's at and waited till she got comfortable, and then he came in the house. Whatever he asked, he tracked her and he found her. So yes, he stalking her, and that's kind of fearful that you come popping up where I'm at. Like that's classic restraining order, something like that. You gotta get it. He said, "Oh, she's my wife, and I can't stalk somebody." I said, "Nah, stop that. Because she's your wife doesn't mean you got ownership that you can't stalk her. You could stalk your own wife. You could abuse your own wife. You could SA your own wife. Just because that's your wife doesn't mean you give ownership to their property, to their body, and everything." So that's that. So they're going back and forth. Glenn is getting upset by Marie. He said, "What about you and your man you married? What about the man you married, the married husband, whatever he is saying, the man who's married and all that stuff." So they go back and forth, being very disrespectful. And Sophia was saying that, but she was kind of scared. And teacher trying to calm Glenn down and trying to stop Marie, and Glenn is going back and forth. So teacher took Glenn outside, and they going back and forth. She said, "I just need my peace. I just need quiet." And said, "He's not gonna take my son away." And she's not taking your son away. If you would have thought about you doing what you're doing, you will have your family with you. And that's what she going back talking about the abandonment issues and everything. I said, "That's not on you, teacher. He needs to work on that. It's not fair for you to be stuck in something that you want out because he has abandonment issues. That's on him. Maybe he needs to work on stop doing shit that he's doing that he won't be having the issues that you leaving out the household." So they going back and forth. And it was saying, "No, what? He got to go. This is your property. He got to go out of here to get Letitia inside and tell Glenn to go." So Marie came out there, said, "Letitia, come inside. You got to go. Get out of here." So he got to go. He said, "Worry about it, because I know a lot of more things between you two than you think you know." I said, "What do you know?" All right. But she finally told Marie and Sophia. She said, "I'm sorry, Sophia. I can't do this. This is not for me." And because yes, as long as she would be here, he keep popping up, but he know where she's at now. So it is what it is. And she didn't communicate with him. I said, "I don't know why, because we gotta have something." I said, "Glenn, have her own space." Now, if you don't want Josh at the house, maybe she could keep the Josh over there and they go back and forth with his bed. But he don't want that. He want everybody together, and that's on that. But like I said, at the end of the day, I feel like y'all gonna give us the same one around the whole season, and you're gonna be back together, and it's tiring. That's why I said I'm not trying to waste my breath being angry and mad. But I do understand that when you lead by control and fear, it's not helpful for the other partner. All right, and you be scared, not because it's survival at this moment, not love. But that was Belle Collective, y'all. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know you stopped by. Tell me how you feel about this episode. I welcome your comments. I appreciate that, and I want your viewpoint and how y'all feel about this episode. And I'll talk to y'all later. Peace out.